I'm going to share some information about home defense rifle and pistol. Uh, there's all you can use whatever you want, whatever you have for home defense. Also, something about lock containers and what's considered a lock container. Okay, right here is a pistol. Okay. And let's say that I have my lock on it, which I normally would if I'm traveling somewhere, because you have to have it in a locked container and out of the reach of the driver. So it can be like in a toolbox locked up in the back of the truck. It can be in the back seat, like that. It can't be in a glove compartment or a console or nothing like that. It's got to be like put away where the driver can't get to it. But I like to use like a combination lock on something I want to get to really quick. So, like right here's an ammunition box, right? But I have it locked. Ammunition has to be locked in a vehicle when you're traveling. Pistols have to be locked when you're traveling too. And then with a combination, what I like to do is I like to have it where if it's something for self-defense, I like to make it to where even when I'm in the dark or anything like that, I can turn it one number and open the container. Okay? So, one number and it's open. And then in that lock container, I have it where I can get to it real easy. I keep it in the fire position because if it's in the safe position, a lot of people have been killed with their own guns or hurt by other means because they can't defend themselves with their gun. So if you see red, that means it's in the fire position. If you see no color right there, that means it's in the safe position. So you don't want to keep a home defense weapon in the safe position. You want to keep it in the fire position. If you're out hunting and camping and things like that, that's a different thing. All right, but in your home, when you have your gun locked up and you have it where you can get to it real easy and safely, you keep it where it's in the fire position in a locked container. Especially if there's children around, it's a law that you have to keep them away from children locked up. And then all you got to do is just rack the slide and you're ready to go. Okay. If I have a gun like this, I don't always push the magazine in all the way. I'll put it where it's in almost all the way. And it looks like it's in all the way, but it's not. So even if I shake it and pound it, whatever, it's not going to drop the magazine. Okay. If it's in all the way, I can push the button and drop the magazine. But like this, it doesn't have to be in all the way. Just a little safety feature. And then all I got to do is just push it in until it clicks. And then it's ready to go. Then rack the slide. The thing about these kind of guns is you can rack the slide with either hand, as long as you're holding down here. I like to rack the slide with my left hand because I'm right-handed. So let's pretend that the magazine's in. It's loaded, but it's not chambered. And then I've got my gun out for self-defense. Pull the slide back, let go. It's ready to fire. Keep your finger off the trigger till you know what you're shooting at, and you know all the gun safety rules that go along with it. So that's how you do that. Okay. This is a very inexpensive pistol. There's a lot of gun stores that sell them. It's called a Highpoint. It's made in America. Has a lifetime guarantee. It's one of the least desirable handguns most gun owners and enthusiasts think about. They probably never think about getting a Highpoint. I got it because I didn't really want a pistol, but I got one anyways. Because I figured if Biden takes over as president, then I better be ready, because they're really anti-gun, the people that are going into office. And I was right, so I got the guns that I don't really want to have, but, I went ahead and got them because I know eventually I would get them. So right there, practice slide and ready to go. In the box is a holster. So I can leave it in the holster, leave it in the gun cabinet, just open the gun cabinet and get the gun, okay? That's a little slower than to have it in something like this, you know? Something I can get at some guns, cabinets, and safes, you can just use your fingerprint on it and open them. And nobody else can open them except for you. But if you're not around, who's going to be able to get into that? So that's why they have, even though there's a fingerprint, there's also a key backup for it. Or a combination backup, usually a key. So this has an extra magazine in it, 10 shots in it. And this is ambidextrous, so I can make this go on either hip. I can also put a strap on it and put it underneath my leg if I wanted to. If I'm on my own private property, I can carry it anywhere I want. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put that back in here. And I can travel with it as long as I don't have the magazine in the gun. Alright, I don't need any permit or anything like that. As long as the magazine is not in the gun, you know, I can keep it right there. I can put it in this ammunition in the same container by law. As long as it's not attached to the gun, it can be side by side, it doesn't matter. Lay it on top, next to it, underneath it. All that's okay. And I got the container closed. I put the combination on it again. Now, in the dark, I always want to turn the combination to the right, so I set the combination one number to the left. Alright? So there it is right there. It's locked up. I turn it one number. I've got it off again. Okay? And it's a good idea to practice that kind of stuff. That way, if you're in the dark, you know what you're doing. Okay? So now it's locked again. So, I don't need any light to be able to access my pistol. I just have to be clever and practice it a lot. Now, when you have a gun case and you buy one, a lot of them are cheap, you know, like 20 bucks or whatever. But for about 45 bucks, you can get one that counts as a locked gun container. And what they have to do is they have to have these little holes on them right here. See, when they unzip and they come together, then you put a lock through there. And when you put a lock through there and lock that up, that's a locked container. Now, it can't be like zipper things with holes in them. It's got to be this kind right here, where those holes come together like that. Those kind of holes. Not these kind of holes on the outside, but the round ones in the middle. And you put a lock through there, and that's a lock container. Counts as the same as that pistol box does, because all ammunition and all pistols have to be locked. A rifle, when you're traveling with it, it just has to be in something like this. It doesn't have to be locked. Okay, you're not supposed to just carry an open rifle in your vehicle anymore, at least in California. There's different gun laws in different states. Okay, now let's say I want to have a rifle. Okay, this is a Highpoint rifle. It's called a Carbine. All right, a carbine is a rifle that's a little shorter than normal. Under so many inches, like under like 22 inches or something like that. And this one is a pistol caliber carbine. So this uses calibers that you normally use in pistols. And this one just happens to be a 10 millimeter, probably the most powerful one. And it kicks like a mule. And it's set up kind of like an AR would look. An AR would charging handle would be on the right side usually. This one just happens to be on the left side. And with this one, I have two magazines I added to the stock at the bottom, right here and right there. And then this is one that comes with it. And with this one, I don't have to put it in all the way, just till it catches. Okay? See that? there's a catch. So when I put it into there, no matter what I do, that magazine's not coming out, but it's not pushed in all the way. I can keep it pushed in all the way if I have it locked up and put in my cabinet like that. This is where I keep it, but I don't put it in all the way normally. Okay, it just takes a second till it clicks, then I'm done. Rack the slide, charging handle back, and it's loaded. It takes less than a second to get this all done. And again, I don't keep this stored on safe. I keep it in the fire position because it's for home defense. Alright? And I normally wouldn't use this one in the house, like, so to speak. I would rather use a shotgun. But, you know, if need be, I can use this. I keep the shotgun and this right next to each other, and the gun, the pistol. So all three are right there. It's readily accessible. I can get to it in a second. I don't always rush, but, you know, if something was happening, I would. So, with this one here, you release the magazine by pushing the button right here, and it pops right out. Okay? And then I can take another one, put it right in. As soon as it's in, I hold the pistol area the best I can, because our Governor Newsom and his buddy in the Department of Justice made us put these things on here so we can't put our handle around the grip, our thumb around the grip. It's supposed to make it safer, but it's harder to hold, so it's not safer. But that's his law that he put in, which is going to be reversed real soon, hopefully. So once I put the magazine in, I pull this back, and it's loaded, and I'm ready to go. Okay? I did have a laser on here. I took it off. That way at 25 yards, I don't even have to aim. I just put the laser and point it. And, but in home defense, usually you can see who's coming at you within a few feet. And this takes literally a little over a second to load around into it and pull the trigger. It's less than 2 seconds. And that's plenty of time to defend myself against an intruder. Hunting with it, you can hunt big game with this because it's a center fire. I wouldn't recommend like over 50 yards or so. But you know, some people know ballistics better than me. And you can get really powerful ammunition. I just have standard power ammunition. And something for home defense and target practice. But people can get stuff, it's called Plus P, it's more powerful ammunition. And the Highpoints are made, the ones that are made recently, are made to withstand the more powerful ammunition. So I have this sighted in for 100 yards. It's pretty accurate, kicks like a mule, makes me flinch.